Hey, my name is Paul Vega with MCF Tech, and I'm going to give you a quick how-to video on how to install the signature capture tool using our Oasis platform to go ahead and install it into your application yourself. So when you first go to Oasis, you can simply go to the plugins to see all the different options that we have. Today, we're just going to be focusing on the signature capture. So clicking on that, it's going to give a brief description of pretty much how the tool operates. You can also see the demo video of it, just quick UI with a sign portion. It's going to go ahead and save that signature directly to a record in QuickBase, as well as has different pricing options for our different tiers of pricings. You can ask questions if you need to contact us directly with any questions regarding the tool, as well as if you just love the product, you watch the video, you definitely want to install it into your application. You can simply click Install Now. I've gone ahead and done this already. So if you click Install Now, it's going to bring you over to the different connections that you might have set up in Oasis. You can also create a new connection. If you don't have any connections already to any existing applications, go ahead and name that. Give a brief description if you'd like. All these different red asterisks here just mean that these fields are required. So you're going to need to make sure you name it, the DB ID or the database ID for that QuickBase application, the app token for that, the user token that you can have created for the application, as well as which realm that you want that application kind of resides on. I've gone ahead and done that with a sandbox version, which I'll go ahead and be utilizing that connection today. I'm also going to go ahead and use just a demo configuration I've already set up with my Paul's Sandbox tool here. So back to Oasis, I'm going to use that Paul's Sandbox, and then it's going to pretty much walk you through the configuration of how you want the UI to look, as well as just our basic fields that we want, where we want everything referenced. So at the top with our different UIs, the signer name, whether you want, the signer name when you click this UI button here, if you want the signer name to show, if you want it to be required, or if you just want it to be hidden for both of these fields, they're going to be our top ones here. So you can either show it, require it, or hide it. Same as the title. Hide it, show it, but not require it, or show it and require it. I'm just going to keep them both as show at the moment. The background color that we want that UI, what color we want the actual box here to be, what color then we want these buttons down here to be, which default just kind of our blue grayed out cancel button, blue save button, and our red clear button. There's only any signing terms that you want to be displayed as well up here at the top. You go ahead and customize all of that. And that will handle our UI settings, and then moving down to the actual connecting it to an individual table. So I've gone ahead and created 2 tables already in the application, in our kind of test sandbox application here. But for whatever reason, if you don't have that, you can simply click which table you want it to be added to. I'll just go ahead and click a different one. You can see these fields are grayed out. I'll go back to just our main record one. It's thinking right now. If you have fields already, if you already have the key field, a user email field, any of these different fields in here, Oasis is smart enough to go ahead and pull those fields and kind of auto-populate some of this. I would just suggest, go ahead and double checking that, all this is correct. Also going through here, QuickBase is going to, or Oasis, excuse me, is going to go ahead and give us the key field here. It's going to be just a singular drop down. Our email field here. If we don't have an email field, we can also just click in here and say just email. And you can click this Add New button, and Oasis will go ahead and create that field inside of your application for you if you didn't have it already created. If not, it's just going to have a list of all the email fields if you did have fields already created. The file name reference, so what we want that to be. We'll just use this right down here, signature file name reference. Signer title reference. So where we're going to be pulling that signer title from, if you are going to be pulling it from a different table, as well as file name reference, if you're going to be pulling that. And then the signer name reference field as well. If you're, for example, if you're going to be pulling these from an employee records table and you have the signature capture, already linked to an employee record, or if you have, your invoice table already linked to employee records, you can go ahead and pre-populate that just with the name that you want displayed, as well as the title that you want displayed if you have those two fields already go ahead and filled out. If not, you can always create a connection to wherever you want to. And then user email, we're just going to be capturing that. No emails will be sent to that user directly. You're just going to be using that to capture pretty much who is signing our record. And then moving down, one nice thing about our signature capture tool is that you can either save it to a main record, so you can save it, to an invoice, for example, just our main record up here that we have, or you can also save it to a child record as well. So if you want to just save it as an individual, signature child table, you can do it there. If it's going to be a project task type relationship, almost like a project management application, you could save it down to a task level, if there needs to be signature clearance, anything like that signed. I've gone ahead and created up this connection to save it as a child record. So you can see here, I've gone ahead and just picked out that signature child record table that I had created. If we were to do the main one, we can also do it there. Reference to the main record field. So if you're going to be using a child, you can go ahead and use that reference field of the relationship of parent-child. So we'll go ahead and use that in a related signature capture, which is going to be the parent to our child. The QuickBase user field. If you don't already have a QuickBase user field selected, you can go ahead and create one here. Same way as we did up above. You can just call it user. Click add new. Oasis will go ahead and add a user field with whatever you type in here will be the name for that field. We're going to use that already pre-existing QB user field for our signer name field. If you have an existing name of an employee or a manager or anything like that that you want kind of pre-populated on the UI, you can select it there. If not, you can do the same thing there and just call it name. Have Oasis create it for you. The signer title, so whether that be manager, project manager, accountant, whether that might be the title of the individual that be signing it, you can also, same thing, have Oasis create that field for you. And then lastly, where will that actual file attachment, the image of that signature, be saved? So if you have a file attachment field, which I have one created just called signature file, you can add it there as well. And then as soon as you're done with that, I would just go ahead and double check, make sure everything's lining up correctly. Click our Save and Continue button. And congratulations, you're done with all your configuration. At this point now, you can either copy the URL onto the clipboard for our UI to pop up. You can create a URL field yourself, or one nice feature that Oasis has as well is you can just simply click this Install Launch Plugin button. And what that does is that's going to go ahead and install the plugin button directly onto the table that you had selected. So for this one, you can see here, we gone ahead and added this Oasis signature capture button here. As soon as you've done that, we can go and double check it, which I'm just going to use the demo application. Since we created a new actual signature capture, it might take a couple seconds just for Oasis to run through all the payment and double checking application settings. So I'll just go ahead and use an existing one that we have. You can go ahead and see here, whether you created a child record one, you're only going to have one singular button, whether it's a main record or child record. For this instance, we just kind of did it twice just to show you. We'll go ahead and just see the main UI. All it's going to do is pop up with that signer name field that we had, the signer title, and then a sign and save button, so that you can just simply drag your signature, drag your cursor around, click and hold to build out your signature. If you don't like it, you can clear it out. Let's do it again, and then save it. And then that image that we just created is there. If you did create a child version, where you want it saved on a child record rather than a parent record, similar thing, you'll have the singular button rather than two buttons here. You can go ahead and just add your signature, that name that you have. As you can see here, they're required on this instance. If you don't like it, clear it out the same way. And save it. So which we already had one existing signature there. And this new one is the one that I just created. So thank you so much, guys. Feel free to reach out, ask any questions if you run into any troubles with our Oasis plugin. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it useful. And I hope you find great use out of our signature capture tool. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.